See, this is the bit we haven't rehearsed, in which some guys go out and some guys go in. We kind of thought we'd have some little videos to play in the middle, but the reality is we're not quite there just yet. So that's the kind of the entertaining part. So Thomas, stick yourself a pair of headphones on. So what's interesting now is you get to hear me, I get to grill you guys. When you talk, you'll just have to go a little bit closer to the microphones, but we're live, it's fine, you'll know. So the interesting thing for me is Tommy came to my interactive workshop earlier on, and in one of the things we were talking about the setup and the live streaming bits and pieces, and I said, hey Tommy, I'll be seeing you later on, and he'll be like, you're like, what? I'm like, yeah, you're one of the guests. He goes, what do you mean I'm one of the guests? I thought I was just watching.
Yeah, I wasn't aware. I mean, I had received an email and I knew this was going on, but it just kind of slipped to my mind and I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, but I'm excited to be here and excited to talk a little bit.
Excellent. So Thomas.
Yes.
Tell me, what are we here to talk about?
We are here to talk about 310 million people.
310 million people.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about those 310 million people.
So there are 310 plus people. I'm moving closer.
Oh, hi.
310 plus million people circulating around the world outside of their passport countries. So
okay.
These are people that are living not in their necessarily where they grew up or their passport culture, but outside of that. And 40 plus million of those are under 20 years old.
Wow. So how does it work? How do you pick up the phone and speak to every single one of them all at the same time?
Well, we don't, but they congregate in the world's international cities. So in most cities around the world, there are international schools where you have 50 to maybe 70 different nationalities going to those schools. That could be an English-speaking international school, could be a French international school, could be a German international school. But scattered throughout the world are these opportunities for kids that are circulating around the world, and they don't necessarily have exposure to the gospel.
Interesting. So Tommy, how do you fit into this?
I fit into this because we are currently in Geneva, Switzerland, which is a very international city in itself. You have an organization like the World Health Organization that is there, the United Nations, International Red Cross, and a number of many worldwide organizations, as well as businesses that have headquarters there. And so they bring thousands upon thousands of students, families and students that come as well. So we work in the Geneva area, reaching out to this international community.
Interesting. What do you think, EJ?
No, that's a good ministry there. What do you see yourself in 2-3 years? How do you want to develop?
There are a lot of ways that we would love to develop. There are a lot of schools, international schools in the area, and at the moment they have some resistance to letting organizations of faith-based organizations on campus. And so we have tried to come up with different ways that we can skirt around that and get on campus and interact with the students. And one of the things that we do a lot is working with community service projects. A lot of the students through their academics need community service hours. And so we are trying to create opportunities for those students to fulfill those hours so that we then have an opportunity to rub shoulders with them and interact with them as well. And so that's definitely a way that we want to grow the ministry and grow our interaction and exposure to the schools so that we can have more interaction with the students in the schools.
Where is your biggest area that you're working?
Biggest is relative, I suppose, in terms of most cosmopolitan or most interesting would be the Middle East. So looking at places like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Al-Ain, where the world has come together from everywhere. So that's a very broad swath of internationals where the majority of the local population are internationals, not locals. So that would be one of the largest contingencies. But the diaspora idea, this 310 million and 40 million teens, really is made up of immigrants, migrants, refugees, expatriates. So we're talking in the Geneva expatriate population. But on top of that are Syrian refugees in Lebanon that are cross-cultural kids, that are teens that don't neatly fit into a normal national program. So part of my effort within YFCI is to help nations understand both the internationals that they're hosting and also their local nationals or their nationals that are abroad. And how are we going to reach the every in both of those contexts?
I mean, it really does sound like like a huge task. I mean, you must have like a significant team, a lot of people available to you to make this happen. You know,
I wish. We have a very small team, but we have a small team that leverages other people. So we're working in church partnerships with groups that are groups of international churches, helping to train. One of the things that COVID forced us to do is get things online. Which Martin would appreciate. But looking at things like Pathright and taking things that used to be PDF documents and making them into a teachable curriculum and available for volunteers, turnkey, to be able to use. So that's a big effort there. We're actually having a meeting at this conference for people that are working with third culture kids and cross-cultural kids, just to surface that within YFC, because I know there's pockets of people that are doing it and we're not connected necessarily.
That's it. And so for those that are both watching at home, but more specifically, if there's anybody watching here, there's a room that they can come to later in the week and they can be part of that. Where can they find you?
That will be on Saturday at 4:30, and I don't know the room number offhand, but I could tell you if I look at my app.
I think it was like 533 or something like that, was it?
Big. Yeah, it is on the app if you're here. It's under the news, wherever the news is.
News and updates. It's in the news and updates, not in the schedule.
Right.
It's
Correct.
Fantastic.
It's a breakout.
So you're encouraging people to come alongside to get involved. So partnering is one of the things that you're focusing on. Is that correct?
Yeah. So are you talking about another hat in YFC for me, or
whichever hat you would like to be on?
Or the people that you work with,
There is another hat. So I'm also directing the global partnerships aspect of YFC. So working to bring in other like-minded organizations on a global basis. So we have many, many national partnerships. So this conference, we're hosting Alpha, and I went to their conference in London, and we're hosting their counterpart. And we will see a preview tonight, actually, of the new Youth Alpha, which has been created and is coming out, I think, early next year. It will be the second premiere of that. The first was in London, and we as YFC, as a family, get to see it tonight. So
that's pretty amazing, because I remember the launch of the previous Youth Alpha, and the quality of the material that came out from that was absolutely phenomenal. And I think we as a community, certainly myself from a media perspective, and a lot of the guys that I was sat with and girls that we were sat with when we were watching that, were just like, this is like serious production value stuff. Yeah. We really can, it's almost like somebody's valuing the young people that we're trying to reach out to with this stuff. So the fact that the second iteration of that has got a similar feel to it is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I saw the preview a couple months ago in May. So
excellent. All right, I'm looking at the clock. It's at the clock. 2 minutes.
Yeah, you've put the clock so far away. I can see it.
2 minutes and 7 seconds.
So my question will be, if there's somebody out there watching right now and they want to be part of you, how do they get hold of you? Where do they find you?
Well, like almost everyone in YFC, first name, last name. With the dot in between.
Many of the people out listening may not know that.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Thomas.speckart@yfci.org.
Can they have bonus points if they can spell the name correctly?
You can use this one right here.
Just think it's German. Is it German spelling?
That is a German spelling, yes.
There you go.
Because that is my first language.
Excellent. Yeah. I actually didn't know that about you.
Know that?
I didn't know that German was your first language.
Yes.
So you can say something in German and maybe say your name again and so on and what you're doing in German. Yeah. There might be some Germans listening.
Some German. Ich heiße Thomas Speckart. Meine Eltern sind aus Bensheim, Auerbach, und ich bin froh, dass ich in den Niederlanden bin.
Welcome.
Dankeschön.
Yeah. So yes, so you can look at that anytime. If you need to get a hold of me, you can always go through the YFCI office. Or
I'm just going to say it again. It's Thomas with an H. .speckart@yfci.org.
Yes.
So they want to reach you. Yeah. Tommy, you speak another language?
Working on French.
Are you working on French? Can you say something in French for us?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Tommy Russell, je travaille à Genève.
I believe you.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
All right, well, thank you very much. So we're going to let Thomas and Tommy. It almost sounds like there needs to be a bit of
podcast.
That's it. Back in England, we have some famous, there's Morecambe and Wise and we've now got Thomas and Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I really apologize for finishing in these way, but
Well, maybe it'll be memorable. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, but yeah, no, really, no,
No.
yeah, got it, yeah. All right, well, thank you very much, Thomas.
you.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
you.
It's been an absolute pleasure, even though it was a surprise to Tommy that it was coming, and Thomas knew all the time. EJ's given you how you can get in touch, and I truly recommend you do so. It's a massive, massive task, but a
Yeah.
truly exciting one at the same
Maybe
time.
somebody wants to keep a year of their life and come and work and help you and so on.
Absolutely.
Some other place than their own country. So
Yep.
let them come.
Yep.
Excellent.
Tommy will take them tomorrow.
Yeah. Come on. Let's go.
You've got the email address, thomas.speckard@yci.org. There we go.
Excellent. All right, we'll release you into the wilderness. You can take off your headphones.
All right.
Thank you.
EJ and myself will just infill.